Now wake your punk ass up. It's about to go down. Feeling good this morning. Or like Star in the morning would say, I'm feeling charged. I'm feeling charged. You know how some people like love accents and shit like that? You know, down south accents, Canadian accents, Midwest accents, West Coast, East Coast, whatever. But you know, the East Coast New Yorker, New Jersey, you know, them accents, that shit fills my soul. I'm charged. But I'm feeling good though, y'all. So bust it. I'm finna get into this right quick. Cause, you know, I got up. I was like, damn, I ain't been feeling like this in a minute or whatever. So, you know, I'm just like, thoughts is running through my head. I'm trying to gather my thoughts and everything like that. And then I came up with a topic. Know where you belong. Know your role, pretty much, or whatever. So in the introductional period, what I'm going to say is, when I mean where do you belong, I'm going to start out by saying this. If you vibing with good people, you got good peoples and cool folks like that, then you know where you belong. You know, because you can't vibe with everybody. Family, friends, people you done known your whole life or whatever, people you just met. Like, people will be like, oh, but we blood. So, we're not vibing. We are not on the same page, whether we blood or not. Example. Now, it was about 2 years ago, my biological father, I had found out that he was my biological father through DNA or whatever. So, pretty much, I was like, okay, cool. I was like, damn. One of my cousins was my father figure growing up or whatever. Real alpha man or whatever. No bullshit. No bullshitting with him. So, like, when you listen to me, you kind of hear him. Sort of so much. I'm not mimicking him or anything like that because I'm my own person. I have my own mind. But you will kind of hear me in him, you know, based off if you know him or not, you know. So, like, if people are watching this, and I forgot to say this too, for the people that are watching this and listening to this, I appreciate you, because it's your prerogative whether you agree or disagree with me. It's your prerogative whether you watch or don't watch me. That's your prerogative. But if you watching and you listen and everything, I appreciate you. Why? Because we vibing. So anyway, introduction back to my dad or whatever. So we tried to get a relationship and everything like that. And I like to listen to people talk. Like, I like to listen to them just run their mouth, because it lets me know where your head is at. And maybe about 10 minutes. If we talking or whatever, I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk all day or whatever, just to see like how your mind works or whatever. So we was doing that and everything like that. And like, I don't know what was going on with him, because I just barely met him, you know. And I think that the reason why he's so mad is because, like, at my age, it was like I missed all those years. But, like, I'm not going to get into it, but it was his fault. He blames it on my mom, but I'm a critical thinker, motherfucker. And I'm like, nah, nigga, that's your fault. That's your fault. So anyway, he started talking to me slick one day. I'm like, dude, who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, seriously, like, you talking real tough on the phone and shit. Like, what are you talking about? And he just I'm like, dude, you talking like I stole from you or something like that. Stole from you, apologized, and then stole from you again. I'm like, what's up with you? You know, so you only got one time with me. At my age, you only got one chance. Once you fuck up, that's it. You can become an associate. I ain't fucking with you. You could be a high and by friend. I ain't fucking with you. But you got one time. So bam, let's get into the goddamn topic. Know where you belong. Where do I belong? I belong in the arts. That's where I belong. And I'm gonna break the little timeline down, so just to give people, an example of what I mean. So when I say I belong in the arts, I belong in music. I belong in theater, on stage, behind the scenes, off stage, behind the camera, in front of the camera, writer, actor, producer, and director. And here's examples of where people belong. Mechanics, for example, they can gut a motherfucking car and put this shit back together. I want to learn how to do that. I wish I could do everything, but I can't. Like, now I can learn, but it's like, what results am I going to get by learning this now? You know what I'm saying? Doctors. I could be a doctor, but you know what? I got a weak stomach. I don't like blood. I couldn't be a surgeon. Motherfucker coming there with lacerations and broken legs. I'm like, nope, can't do it. I got a weak stomach. I'm gonna throw up. You want me to throw up on the patient? Then you're gonna write me up and fire me on the spot. Nah, I ain't doing it. Coaching, motivational speaker, little things like that. And like I said, like with me, I took a speech class in college. This was mass communication. You took everything that has to do with the arts. That's what I studied. And before, I can get up in front of people. I can get up in front of a crowd and speak without having frogs in my throat and sweating and stumbling over my words and wondering, is everybody looking at me? I could do that shit. I could get up in front of thousands and thousands of people and do what I do. That's where I belong. I could be a lawyer, but I learned lawyers lie. They just fucking lie a lot. And I don't want to be in a position where I was like, because I couldn't sleep with myself at night. I was like, damn, I lied. That motherfucker stole that car and I got him off. I feel terrible. Veterinarian. I've grown to love pets for some reason. I don't know. I forgot when it was, but I was like, oh, look at the little rabbit. Look at that little motherfucker. Look at him go. Little squirrels and shit and birds and, I'm an earth sign. I'm all about nature and shit like that. But at this point in my life, I don't think veterinarian would be something of my main hustle. I mean, I got a lot of shit I can fall back on. I got plenty of shit I can fall back on. That I can say, okay, just show me how to do this shit and we'll go from there. Oh my God, wait a minute. Also about being a barber. I mean, I could still be a barber right now. That could be my side hustle. Like, I just need my license, though. I just don't want to be in somebody's fucking garage or on their front porch cutting their hair and shit like that. I need a license. I need somebody with a shop who'd be like, okay, your shit is raw. Because I cut my own hair. I've been cutting my hair successfully since I was 17. I was cutting my hair when I was probably like 11 and shit like that, but I was fucking up. I didn't have no guards. I didn't have no edgers. I was just fucking my shit up. Left and right. And I'm surprised that nobody tell me, like, nigga, your shit is fucked up. It wasn't like I had patches or anything in the motherfucker, but it was like, if I find a picture of me when I was younger, I'm like, God damn. She just asked your mama to go to the barbershop. Which eventually she did. She still did take me or whatever, but I know that's where the money is at, especially in the fucking salon. I mean, I always said, like, I'm a heterosexual man. There's a lot. I'm not saying there's all, but there's a lot of men in a salon who are either bisexual or they are homosexual. I'm a straight man doing woman hair, and you know women love their hair done. It could be a nuclear holocaust outside. It'd be like the goddamn asteroid is 5 days from now. So y'all better prepare and get ready and shit. I bet you it's gonna be a lot of females who gonna go to the shop and get their hair done because it's the end of the fucking world. So I belong there as well. Because if somebody teach me how to do some hair, oh, nigga, I'm making hand over fist. Hand over fist, just hand over fist. Like, woman, who you be going to? Who be hooking your shit up like that? Him right there. What? He did that? Yup. Oh, shit. Let me get my appointment going on. So then once we go from there, then I'm taught. And I'll teach myself the knowledge and the wisdom behind it. All you got to do is just show me how to do it. And I'll do it. But like, for example, another example. Here is a timeline of where I thought I belonged. You know, when I started growing up, you know, in the 80s, that shit is like the purest music that I just ever heard of, because that's where I was growing up at. I was growing up in the 80s or whatever. So I used to mimic the artists that I was a child. I used to be in front of the TV and shit like that, whether it was be rapping, to be singing, New Edition, Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant, Jodeci, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I was like, oh shit, I caught them at this time or whatever. I'm a child, so it's like I ain't got no authority over nobody, so I can catch when I can catch at the time where I can catch it. So then as I started growing older, I was into martial arts, kung fu, tai chi, and, you know, karate and shit like that. You know, but it was like, all right, that was just it. Boxing. My uncle taught me how to box. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Basketball player. Football player. The thing about basketball is my height cursed me, because, you know, I'm what, 5'8", 5'9". You know what I'm saying? Like almost a buck 60 or whatever. But when I'm on the court, I play like I'm 6'8". So it'd have been over. It's like, nah, nigga, you can't have all that talent. Fuck that. You can't come dunking on niggas and then come next week and sell the #1 album. It's not going down. That's not the way the universe works. You can't do that. I mean, how many basketball players do you know right now, professional basketball players, who got a #1 album or #1 movie out, or they screen wrote and all that other stuff? I mean, sometimes it's a mystery or whatever, but it's like, if it's known, how many people can you say? Shaq tried it. It didn't work. Shaq doing commercials now, nigga get paid like a motherfucker. Kobe tried it. It wasn't working. Iverson tried it. It wasn't working. I'm talking about music. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the arts always stuck with me. So that's the point I'm trying to get to. I got the best response and the best results from the arts. You know what I'm saying? So where do you belong? Can you cook like a motherfucker? That's where you belong. Are you a bullshitter? That's where you belong. Are you a waitress? Can you deal with rude ass people, and people talk about his hair in my food and you still keep a smile on your face, and they talk about I want this for free and you never get mad? That's where you belong. I don't belong in customer service. Comedian. I can tell jokes. They might not be as good as, you know, some people, but when I'm feeling myself sometimes, like, I had motherfuckers cracking up. I'd be like, damn, why didn't I write that down? Shit. And it happens all the time. I'll say some shit, I'm like, that, I can get on stage with that shit right there. Have motherfuckers pissing on themselves and throwing up and shit like that from gagging and laughing so hard or whatever. You like to do customer service, do your shit. That's where you belong. You sit on your ass all day, that's your shit. How far it's gonna take you, the results are unknown. Where's your catalog? That's what people will ask me. Where's your catalog at? Okay, you in the arts and everything. What does your resume look like? What does your rap sheet look like? It goes as far as back to where it was actually recorded and everything like that. That goes back to like 2000, 2003. See, I had to teach myself this shit. I taught myself this shit. I'm an engineer. I'm a professional. I am not a professional, but I am an engineer. Hold the fuck on right quick. I gotta plug this motherfucker in the charger. God damn it. check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right. DJing. That's another thing I forgot. I wanted to be a DJ. My favorite DJ is DJ Jazzy motherfucking Jeff. I begged my grandmother. I begged her. I pleaded with her. At 13, I was like, please, give me them turntables. I need the turntables. I was like, that's how I'm going to make it if I have the turntables. But everybody who's older than me is not telling me, like, that's not all you supposed to do. You supposed to have some other shit, too, to go along with that. You know what I'm saying? So I begged her for that and everything. I didn't deserve it either. I was bad. I was mischievous. I didn't deserve it. But anyway, like I said, like, you know, I have a rap sheet. I have everything that I need to prove, like, okay, you've been doing this shit for a while. And on the real, like, if it was on some battle rap shit, I don't think nobody can fuck with me, especially if it's written. Because a lot of battle rappers, they write their shit down. So if you gonna let me write my shit down and then come to your face and start talking and everything like that, you done fucked up. Because I can go off the spectrum with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I wanted to add is these cliches need to stop. If you don't know what a cliche is, look this shit up. If you need an acronym or you need somebody to use it in a sentence for you, do that. But the cliches need to stop. It's like plantation talk to me. No disrespect. No disrespect. That's just a metaphor. Or a simile. Metaphor or simile. I don't remember. But, you know, because my grandma, she came from a plantation. She used to work on a plantation and everything. But, like, my point is, I'm trying to say is, like, what they say, let me think of a cliche. God damn it. I can't think of one right now. But, like, it's a saying that everybody says, like, okay, the grass on the other side is always greener. Those are cliches. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Those are cliches. Stop that shit. I'm tired of hearing people young and old and middle age and everything using cliches. That shit does not make sense once you analyze it. It just doesn't make sense. It's just people like to use that as they punchlines, especially when they trying to patronize you. Like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? And it's kind of like, you know, like catching YouTubers in person, thinking this shit is funny. Like, has anybody ever just thought, like, if you met like a troll in person, you came across him, like, you was the one that was talking that shit. Oh, no, man, I was just playing, man. It's YouTube, it's the internet. What you getting all mad for? It's like, no, you was talking some real rah-rah shit. You wasn't just like speaking your mind, you know, because that's what you want to say. You was on some, like, you was finna do something to me or something like that. So what's up with it? No, man, I ain't doing that, man. I gotta go to work right now, man. I ain't trying in all that. No disrespect, man, and like that and everything like that. Yeah, whatever. All right, yeah. Go ahead and keep pushing it. If you a troll, do your shit. I don't know how much you get paid for being a troll, but if you get paid for being a troll, go ahead, do your shit. Max it out. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, like, you know, I told you my size and everything like that. So if it's like, if a bigger guy twice my size wants to fight me, he's very insecure and he has a lot of issues. Cause it's like, wow, you really want to fight me? Like, I'm like twice as small as you or whatever, but you real King Kong and shit like that. I was like, I got another king. I know some King Kongs that'll lay your ass out. But don't try to push up on me, because all I'm going to do is pick up something real hard and hit you with it. And look down at your face and tell you, what now? I'll call the hospital for you and sit there with you, cradling you. Like, you going to be all right. You going to be cool. No, trust me. You going to be okay. Or your ass will get shot or get stabbed or some shit on that, being on that bullshit. But another example I wanted to give was like, The only person I can think of is Morgan Freeman, the actor Morgan Freeman. He didn't become what he was until he was like in his 40 or 50s. 40 or 50s. That's when you saw Morgan Freeman. He was already old, so that motherfucker never stops. And that's the only one I can think of, because I was like, God damn. The second one I can think of is Chuck D. Chuck D was like, and I mentioned this in some other videos too. One other video. Chuck D was like 27 or 28 when he first got his record deal. So can't nobody tell me pretty much that it's too late. It's too late for me to be doing what I'm doing. Because you know what? That's where I belong. Everybody needs to think about that. Just think about where you belong. Once you think about where you belong, you'll perfect your craft just like that. Like I said, I had to learn everything when it comes to music, mixing boards, editing audio, editing videos. You know, I never had the expensive software. They had the expensive software in college because that was the first time I learned how to operate a Mac. I'm like, God, what the fuck is this? Man, pull out the PC in the Microsoft. Like, I can't do this. But I learned because I was determined. So everybody needs to think about that. Like even my grandmother gave an example. She was like, this was a few years ago. It was like probably several years ago. She was like, do you know that they're offering college students to learn how to become preachers and pastors? I was like, nah, I never knew that. She was like, when we was growing up, it's like either you had it or you didn't. The Lord came upon you and said, I want you to be my disciple or whatever. But now you can go to school and study how to be a pastor. It is funny now because I'm like, that's kind of weird. That is weird. So y'all should think about that. Think about where you should be. Whatever you're doing right now, you might be comfortable, but the shit could switch up at any minute because it's always happened to me. Like my mom always told me, she was like, you's a black man. You are a black man. It's always going to be rough for you. No matter what the fuck you do, it's always going to be rough. That's how I discovered my craft. That's why I study my craft. And that's why I'm on the way to perfecting my craft, or the best way that I can perfect it. That's why I started doing these videos and everything. I could be a radio personality. I mean, Charlemagne the God came into my head or whatever, but you know, no, I would be way different to him because Charlemagne, he talk real slick. I'm like, this nigga gonna get, somebody gonna knock his ass out and I'm gonna laugh. I'm just gonna be like, nigga, you've been talking shit for years. Somebody just gonna clock your ass and you gonna go night night. It's gonna be Z's and all type of shit and it's gonna go viral. But if he got bodyguards and shit like that, and you know, ain't nothing like that gonna happen. But you know, as far as being a radio personality, I could sit in front of a panel of 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. What topic y'all want to talk about? I won't say shit. I won't cut nobody off. When they ask me when it's my turn to speak, I'ma speak. I'ma keep it short and simple. Then I'm gonna let everybody else speak or whatever. This is all communication. This is mass communication. Mass communication is where I belong. Where the fuck do you belong? Let me know if you watching.